Om Bhurбhuvassuvaham Tatsaviturvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yonah Prachodayantam. So namaste everyone. Let us speak more about esoteric traditions, meditation traditions, etc. So one of the most interesting and rather difficult, painful even question is, okay, suppose certain person claim himself or herself as the spiritual master, guru, and must this person be a part of certain ancient tradition or any tradition at all? Or maybe it is quite enough if this person just telling us something interesting and teach some interesting, okay, tools or kinds of meditations. That's very interesting because in a sense spirituality grows. Okay, unfortunately we have to admit based on the same principle like any other kind of business, marketing, etc. So normally we don't like to speak about spiritual traditions, mentioning that spirituality, esoteric traditions, yoga, meditation, it has the same marketing plan as any other kind of business. That's not nice to say, but at the same time, if you bring any new product, you have to convince target people, space all around you, humanity, if you wish, that your product is good, then they will buy it. And unfortunately to say, more or less the same happened with spirituality. Suppose you practice meditation and suddenly you discover certain amazing truth, amazing new kind of meditation, amazing new ideas. Then you can come to the people and say, I have discovered something. But who will trust? Who will believe? Okay, maybe somebody yes, somebody not. But if you put yourself into the context of any already famous tradition, system of meditation, maybe you can say that you are a disciple of certain famous master or guru, part of certain famous tradition, then immediately it's much easier for people around you to recognize, okay, that you are kind of authentic. But that's kind of, anyway, it's game, it's a funny stuff. But so what if you just got, understood, received certain message, or you understood some truth, and it's not connected with any ancient scripture or any master whom you know? So what if you just your personal discovery? The problem is that it's very difficult to convince public that it's really worthy, that it's really important. But the moment you say, look, I'm a member of certain ancient tradition and we say for centuries or for thousands of years, this is the point, okay, then it's much easier for people to believe and to trust. And there is a logic actually behind this as well, because, for example, if we take any absolutely brand new book, okay, read it, and suppose author tells us something, okay, but how can we know that this is really the point? Very difficult, okay? But if we take certain book, which is ancient scripture, it can be Christian, Buddhist, Hindu, ancient Indian, ancient Chinese, whatever, but ancient, then immediately it's much easier for us to say, yes, look, this author wrote this book something like 2, 3, 5,000 years ago, or maybe a few centuries ago. And the question of time is really great proof. If you take Buddhist scriptures, you can agree with the message, you can be not. You can really understand the message or not. But the fact that it's written some centuries BC, it's like old books, then it's, like that itself forces you to think about Buddhist scriptures as something serious because it's ancient. The same Vedic scriptures, the same, Christian Bible, the same any kind of book, philosophical or religious or esoteric, which is old or ancient enough. And how can we deal with something absolutely new? Remember that in a time of Buddha, if we just take biography, life story of Buddha, I hope you remember that when for a number of years, he was just trying to learn different kinds of philosophies and meditation from different sources, and he was greatly disappointed after a few years of spiritual quest. Young Buddha. Finally, he decided that, okay, I have to just sit peacefully here under this tree and meditate, contemplate, and find the truth for myself, by myself. Let us forget about all other traditions. And something happened with the young Buddha, and we call it enlightenment. Then he came back from Bodh Gaya to the area of Varanasi, and he met one guy, then some more guys, spiritual seekers, not just guys. And the young Buddha told, okay, I just recently achieved enlightenment. Do you want to know about my discovery? And I hope you remember that actually the first people who met him looked at Buddha, and the first question was, okay, young man, maybe you achieved enlightenment, we don't know. How can we know? How can we prove? But our question is, who is your guru? To which tradition you belong. And then Buddha told, actually, I just meditated and experienced truth. That's all. And then people say, in such a cases, it was like, always like that. Oh my, like young man, how can we believe? How can we trust in your story? Maybe you're just astray, or you're like confused, and you're trying to push us to believe that you are really enlightened, but how can we trust you? I mean, it's a very interesting question. You just look at somebody, and how can you know for sure, for certain, that the person in front of you, okay, then the question, who is that person? What's happening in his or her heart and his or her consciousness? How can we know? It's very difficult. Suppose we can take a lot of rosary, japamala, I can, put holy ash somewhere between my eyebrows and say, I'm a holy man. Okay, but if I have just t-shirt with a, legend, I'm legend, okay, then how it's possible to recognize, etc. No, that's happened. Yeah, the same happened with the Jesus. When he came to Jerusalem, Jerusalem temple, he was speaking with the people, children, priests, and it was really difficult because he was speaking something totally new, totally unexpected, because, it's a long story, but I mean, it's always when something brand new, fresh, then how can we believe? Now we take Christian Bible and say, well, okay, or at least if you are Christian, or at least if you are ready to respect Christian tradition, Christian Bible, then you can say, yeah, that's great. But that's now 21st century. But imagine first century, young man, Jesus. How can we understand? So it means, so we have actually so many examples like that. Yeah, so many examples. And my point is that sometimes it's good to be part of tradition to support your message. And sometimes it's good to be brave enough and just be yourself, by yourself, stay alone and just say, I think, I feel, I experience that this is the point, like that. For example, Sri Aurobindo, very important master for me personally, came on a certain moment of his life. It was back in, like beginning and then middle of 20th century. Sri Aurobindo, he just started to say something totally outside of the comfort zone for many Indian spiritual traditions. Just that was his breakthrough experience. And some, even now in 21st century, are, for some people even now in 21st century, not easy to understand and accept what Sri Aurobindo just revealed to the people, to the public. So, and let me repeat again, sometimes it's good to practice and to teach, to spread the message which is ancient. And sometimes it's good just to meditate and experience some aha moment and then just share with your understanding and let people, trust or not, that's the second question. And of course, it's good to preserve ancient knowledge, ancient meditation techniques, and then pass it to the next generation. That's also good, but sometimes something new may come to our culture. Because when we speak about technology, whatever, all that space technology, informational technology, internet technology, always we're getting something new. It's impossible to say that, come on, we achieved already everything, we know everything. No, science brings every day something new. Technology, we experience like new level of technology every week, every month. The same happened with spirituality. Do not think that in spirituality we know everything. You take Buddhist scriptures, you take Upanishad, oh my God, what I'm saying now. Do not think that if we have message from the Christian Bible or Buddhist scriptures or Vedic scriptures, that's all. That's no evolution anymore. No, evolution is there, not only in technology and science, but evolution is also in spirituality. It means, the greatest example is Sri Aurobindo. He came and he proclaimed about evolution of the consciousness, which is really huge. So it means, who knows, maybe some great understanding may happen through some master for all of us, even if this is not written in old scriptures. If something is not written in old scriptures, it doesn't mean that we as collective consciousness may not understand something extra. Oh my God, what I'm saying. Let me complete this video for today. Of course, I invite you to watch many of my videos on different platforms in internet. Do not forget to leave your comments. That's always very interesting and important for me to know your opinion, thoughts, experiences, feedback. So thank you very much. God bless all of us. See you next time.
Om Bhurбhuvasvaham Tatsaviturvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yonah Prachodayantam